Hello everybody, this is NapaFan. Yeah, this is the day I changed the name, by the way. And this is the 10th race in season number 1 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here at the Pocono Raceway for the Stanley 400. It's going to be a 24-lap race here today. And it should be a rather entertaining one around the Tricky Triangle. The one time we will race here this season. This is one of my favorite tracks, actually, because it's in my home state. Haha. Anyway, let's get to the starting lineup. We got Christian Masters starting on the pole. We got Riley White alongside him, Regan Whitlock, Raja Karoof, Eric Powers, JJ Wording, Blaine Keys, Zachary Fitzwater, Aaron Lukes, Caleb Hoffman, Adam Pinchon, Mason Powers, Trey Bartow, Cameron Gaydu, Jacob Reed, Cody Hagan, Alan Cavagnaro, Justin Roberts, Aaron Walpole, Cameron Garlington, Jonathan Skibnicki, Garrett Zenor, Stuart Gratton, Jesse Turner, Austin Spencer, Matt Dalio, Warren Henniger, Gabriel Marcio, Biff Crafton, LJ Mills, Joffrey Toussaint, and Diego Stevenson. The last winner in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series was Stuart Gratton in the 34. So yeah. Okay. So 24 laps here today at Pocono, the last race of the week. Then we take our break off tomorrow on Sunday, and then we get back to racing on Monday. But right now, Saturday morning race here on NapaFan. It's Christian Master and Riley White starting on the front row here at Pocono for the Stanley 400. The pace car is going to pull off and down the long pond straightaway. I do believe that's what they call it. The green flag is out, and we are underway here at Pocono. Christian Master is going to take the advantage going through turn number 1. Here comes Raja Karoof looking to get second from Riley White, but the outside lane prevails, and there might be something wrong with the 17. That outside lane really got a jump on the inside lane. Christian Master is the leader in the number 14. Riley White, Regan Whitlock, and Eric Powers. Here comes Whitlock, and here trying to come underneath of the 3 is Powers. Now, this is a hard track to pass at, so that's pretty good for Christian Master pulling out front like that on the first lap, because it is very hard to pass at this racetrack because the outside lane runs generally faster than the inside lane, but the inside lane is the shorter way around the track, so see a lot of 3 wide back in here. Oh boy. As you can see, that outside lane really work a lot better than the inside lane going into turn number 1. You obviously saw that with cars. The guy who was leading the inside lane, Blaine Keys, he obviously went slower than everyone on the outside lane. Christian Masters still the leader. Riley White trying to close in on him. And he actually might have a run going into turn number 3. Now, turn number 3 is the turn that you want to be on the inside lane. If you want to make a pass. That is, I do believe, the better part of that turn. It is a very flat turn, whereas the other 2 turns are relatively banked. Is Christian Master out front. He leads lap number 2 of 24, and we are now on lap number 3 of this race. Another thing, if you race a higher line than the guy in front of you, you're going to be able to get a run on him most likely. Single file throughout the first few or so cars. A little bump there between the 13 and the 20. Our points leader, Caleb Hoffman, doesn't have a win yet this season, but if he stays the points leader, he will make the chase even if he doesn't get a win. So he's in a very good position in that number 13 car so far. We got a pass here. It looks like Eric Powers going underneath of Riley White for second. Wording trying to go 3 wide underneath of Whitlock. We'll see how it all goes. They're 3 wide. Oh, they're bumping. But they're not going to crash. Riley White trying to get the run on the outside to get past Powers in the number 2. It's Christian Master in the 14, still out front while starting on the pole. But here comes Riley White in the 1, trying to get underneath of them in turn number 2. Not quite doing it yet. Even though it is hard to pass here, these cars stay relatively close to each other. Here comes Regan Whitlock trying to get past the 2. The 2 actually did get past the 3. I do know that the 3 was once ahead of the 2. And they're side by side down the backstretch there. You can see the whole field and just how bunched up it is. They don't really pull away from each other here. Diego Stevenson is the last place car right now. I don't believe there's anyone out in the race, so everyone is still on the racetrack. But now we're going to see the tires wearing out, and I know we're only 5 laps in, but that's about 10 miles worth of racing, and that is quite a bit. And that is enough to have some tire wear on these tires. And there are pit stops, of course, and we will see those pit stops probably around the middle of the race, I do believe. We'll see. We'll probably see 2 pit stops here today. Here comes Riley White trying to take the lead from Christian Master down the front stretch. He has the inside lane. You're gonna have to side draft if you're gonna get by somebody here, and he isn't gonna be able to do it as Christian Master takes the lead, or keeps the lead, and here comes Eric Powers on the outside. He makes the pass on Riley White for second. So Riley White slips from battling for the lead all the way down to battling for third. Here comes his teammate Blaine Keys in the 32, or 42, I should say. We might have a caution. No, we do not. There's smoke on the track. Somebody obviously spun. And it could have been these 2 guys here of Garrett Sonor and Jonathan Skivnicki. They're the last 2 cars on the racetrack, but they could have had an issue. But we are not under caution. Similar thing happened at Charlotte when Jesse Turner went around down the backstretch in that race. No caution came out for the incident. We could go caution-free here today. And it'd be the first caution-free oval race so far this season because all the road courses do not have cautions in their races. Eric Powers trying to close in on Christian Master for the lead here at Pocono. We got a good battle here. Regan Whitlock is falling back a little bit in that number 3. He was once in second, actually no, he was once in 3rd place, but now he's running 6th, battling with J.J. Wording and Roger Carruth, 2 previous winners so far this season. Christian Master is still out front. He has led every lap so far here today at Pocono. And now the field is starting to become single file throughout the whole field. And pit stops are going to happen soon. That is going to shake some things up, no doubt. And that will definitely be a factor into who wins this race for sure. Riley White is closing in on the 2 for second. He's going to try to get underneath of them in turn number 2, and he's going to be able to do it. If you dive it in turn number 2 good enough, you're going to be able to make that pass. But sometimes, if you don't do it hard enough, you're not going to be able to. His teammate, Blaine Keys, trying to get a nose underneath of the 2 here. Riley White's going to take second back from Eric Powers. And Christian Master is really loving what he's seeing behind him. All this battling is allowing him to pull away for the lead. Eric Powers is actually going to get the run on the high side here, and he's going to be able to keep second place, or at least keep a good battle for it. Riley White still trying to battle, but he isn't going to be able to do it. And here comes his teammate, and here comes the 2 trying to get underneath of the 14. They're going to slide up the racetrack, and they're going to crash. Christian Master, Riley White, hard into the wall. That is the hardest hit I have seen in a long, long time. That should not have happened. Blaine Keys is going to take the lead Oh, and this also involved some other guys too. Actually, this was a big crash. Oh no, that should never have happened. Cavagnaro with damage. Stevenson, Dalio, Gaidu, everybody has damage. The huge one. Oh boy, we got a lot to review here. None of that. This should not have happened. This is where it happened. Eric Powers tried to. He just overdid it in turn number 2. They were sliding up the racetrack. I thought they would be able to save it. And look at the line. Riley White takes it to the wall. Oh my. That's just unreal. And that caused. Oh my. That is so unreal. That is so unreal. That is one unfortunate thing about this racetrack, is the crashes are kind of unreal. And this is actually just going to be a short track, or not many cars are on the racetrack without damage. But anyway, this may have been good for guys like Jonathan Zgivnicki. Okay, well, anyway, we're going to review this some more. This was horrible. This was a horrible crash. Totally unrealistic, but I'm not going to redo it or anything. I mean, Christian Master took one of the hardest hits I've ever seen, and then they just don't stop. They just keep on piling in, and it is a junkyard out there. A couple cars go flipping. Oh my goodness. So many good cars with damage. And it's all because of just a minor little mistake by Eric Powers. Just you know what I mean, powering in way too much. Let's go on board with Christian Master. And the wall is right here. Oh man, what a tough break for Christian Master. And the whole junkyard is right in front of him. So we'll take a look at the helicopter view for this. Maybe a good angle here. See the cars, they slide up a little bit, and they're just going to get tangled right there. They're going to go off. Riley White, this is one of the worst angles to be hitting. And Christian Master comes right back up on the racetrack, and it is the pile-up, the junkyard right there, as they just all pile in. That is one of the most unrealistic crashes I've ever had here at Pocono. But, anyway, we'll see here. There's Jacob Reed. Where's Jacob Reed? He was one that really got it. He landed upside down after this. We'll follow here with the TV1 cam. You see it happening in front of him. And, oh! Adam Pinchon, has some front-end damage. He was the one that hit Christian Master as hard as he did. The whole problem is they just pile right in, and they just use their ARCA brakes. That's what it's called. Cars on top of each other all over the place. A lot of good cars involved in this, and this should just not have happened. Now, the biggest hit was definitely Riley White in this one car. I mean, I haven't seen a hit that hard in a long, long time. And he's just an innocent victim of this, too. I mean, he was going to take the lead when those guys slid up, and he went so hard into the wall that he got caught in it. And it's a pretty bad hit when they get caught in the wall. We'll go on board here, and then we'll go to the restart and the pit stops for the guys who actually survived this. And boom! You could see the whole thing happening right in front of him. Christian Master went spinning around a lot. Let's see how it looked for him in the number 14. Just once again, anyway. I know we've already seen his onboard here. But just look at the way he spins around here. He's going to go into the wall, bounce back up, and pinch on right there. And that is one of the fastest spinning cars I have seen in a long time. And then look at this. I mean, all kinds of good cars involved. And it's going to be a few cars up front. So Blaine Keys ended up getting out of this. We'll just see who gets out of this. So all these guys up front here got out of it. Blaine Keys, J.J. Wording, Raja Karoof, Regan Whitlock, Zachary Fitzwater, Trey Bartow, Mason Powers, Caleb Hoffman, Aaron Lukes, and Cody Hagan. And also Cameron Garlington got out of it. He was the only one of the guys behind the crash, I do believe, that got out of it. Now Gabriel Marcio has a lot of damage, but he is still running. Dalio's still running. Gadu's still running. Sidnor's still running. He doesn't have too much damage. Grattan, I don't think he has that much damage on his car. He looks pretty good, and so does Skivnicki. That they were both involved. Same thing goes for Crafton, but the rest of the guys are out, no doubt, and that is one of the hugest crashes I have ever seen. We will probably, I was thinking, when the season was done, on a day where I won't be posting signups or races or anything, I'll do a top 10 crashes of the season video. That one might just be number 1. Let's get to the pit stops here at Pocono with Blaine Keys out front. He's gonna lead them in, and this is one of those places where we see a lot of strategy. See here, pit lane 1. So that should be good. And you see the guys dissipating out there. They're going to be out for the rest of the race, no doubt. After not even considerable damage, but just so much damage, you just can't think about it. It's just that bad. Anyway, we'll see here who wins the race off of the pit road. Now here's where we could definitely see strategy play in. Blaine Keys is going to win the race. Raja Karoof, Trey Bartow, and see the rest of the guys there. And some other guys that are still in, I do believe, are repairing damage. You see Skivnicki coming out here with the 34. Now, they'll probably be able to be contenders for this one, because they don't have too much considerable damage on their cars, and they should be able to run just as fast as the leaders. That's a good break for Skivnicki. He was actually last place when that crash happened, and now he's running close to the top 10. Now Roberts is a lap down. He's got a lot of damage to his car, and he might just come back in. But here we go. We're going to go to the restart here. He's actually going to drive by. He's going to be one of the wave around guys. So here is how they're lined up. Blaine Keys, Trey Bartow, Raja Karoof, J.J. Wording, Zachary Fitzwater, Regan Whitlock, Cameron Garlington, Mason Powers, Cody Hagan, Aaron Lukes, Caleb Hoffman, Garrett Sidnor, Jonathan Skivnicki, Stuart Grattan, Gabriel Marcio, and Biff Crafton, with Justin Roberts the only other car on the track. Here we go for the restart here at Pocono. It's going to be 11 laps to the finish, and a lot fewer cars are on the track after that huge crash we had in between turn 2 and 3. The green flag is out. Here we go. We're going to be shuffling positions a lot, and the 38 is definitely going to be a factor here. Trey Bartow right behind the 42. 51 getting a run. Raja Karoof blocks him. And Trey Bartow in the Ford getting a run on the 42. I do apologize about that little thing that popped up on the screen. That was just me cleaning my screen off, and it's a touchscreen screen, so that's why you saw that little thing pop up there. And of course, it might not have popped up because I might not have it on, so if you're saying, like, what in the world are you talking about, then I do apologize. Anyway, Blaine Keys is the leader. And since those pit stops happened sort of in the middle of the race, I don't know if we'll be coming back in for another set of pit stops. So we'll see how that all plays out. But Blaine Keys, that's definitely a good thing for him, that crash that happened. And he's definitely in a good position to possibly win this race. Trey Bartow, Raja Karoof, Zachary Fitzwater. Oh boy. Oh boy. Is it going to happen again? No. Of course, it really can't happen again. We don't have enough cars for it to happen again. Of course, these guys might have too much damage to really contend much. Of course, these top three guys, they're running relatively close to each other, and as we saw on that first green flag run, you could easily make a pass going into turn number 2. This might not be good for Roger Carruth because you get a run on the outside, and this may be good for Trey Bartow because he's going to get that run on the 42 from that outside lane push. Zachary Fitzwater is going to try to get above the 17. And here comes Bartow trying to close it in. Oh, they're bumping, but I think they're going to be able to save it. Here comes Bartow in the number 4 for the lead here at Pocono. He's trying to take it from the 42. Through turn 3. They're side by side for the lead. Bartow, I think, barely led that lap, and he did. Fitzwater now looking to take a position here. Is he going to have a say in this? No, Blaine Keys is going to get the run on the outside and take it back from Bartow. Bartow led that one lap, but Blaine Keys is back out front, and that really hurt Bartow trying to get that run on the inside. Here comes Roger Carruth for third underneath of the 9. Turn 2 is a really treacherous turn, and that is why we had that huge crash. Here comes Fitzwater. This is a good race. We got a bunch of guys bunched up here trying to get this win, because this is a bit of better opportunity for some of these guys because there aren't as many cars out on the track. Only about 18, only half of the cars. Actually, sorry, 17 cars are out on the track. So only about half of the cars are out on the track. And that's good for a lot of these guys because they're going to get at least decent point stays out of this for the guys that are running. Examples are Zachary Fitzwater. Out of all the guys who have wins, he's next to last in points. Stuart Gratton, now he's still in. He's 14th right now, which is a decent finish. He won last time at Pocono, or Dover, I should say. And he, out of all the guys who are in the chase, has the lowest amount of points. Anyway, Blaine Keys is still the leader. Bartow led it for one lap in that, so far on this run, but every other lap in this green flag run has been led by Blaine Keys in the number 42. We'll see if he can win it by the time this thing ends. Trey Bartow trying to get a run. He's actually going to get inside of him down in between turns 1 and 2. He's going to make that dive bomb move into the tunnel turn. No, he's actually not going to be able to get underneath of them. And Blaine Keys is still out front. Trey Bartow really wants a win bad. Hasn't really had that good of a season at all. He almost won at Charlotte. Here comes Fitzwater for second. Underneath of the 4. We'll see if he can actually get a run and battle for the lead with the 42. Of course, the 4 is going to definitely get a run on the outside here. Right there is where you gain a lot of momentum, is about halfway through turn number 1. And he's going to be able to keep second place from the 9. Here comes Roger Carruth. He's going to try to get underneath of the 9 for third place. He's going to slide up a little bit. Oh, car on the wall! That's Wording! Hagen has some damage. Oh, and Wording hard into the wall. That might bring out the caution. Be careful, guys. Caution is out. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get back to green. Blaine Keys is going to lead it at the line. And that might just be what Blaine Keys needed to get this win. J.J. Wording involved, the winner at Texas earlier this year. Let's go ahead and review it. Going through the tunnel turn, just overshoots it, and Whitlock was there. A couple rookies. And Hagen got a little bit of damage, but right there is where the most damage came from the 51 as he hit that wall. And that wall right there is a really dangerous place on the racetrack. It just cuts in. So if a car goes off track, he's going to, like, hit it head on. Either way, Blaine Keys is the leader, and he might just be the winner of the Stanley 400. Of course, if they come in for pit stops, then we'll probably have a restart. We'll see. He's coming in. Oh, he's coming in. Some guys are coming in. Trey Bartow is going to stay out. So I'm assuming that these guys are assuming like a one-lap finish. There are quite a few coming in and a couple staying out here. We got Mason Powers, Caleb Hoffman, and Justin Roberts. Roberts has actually taken his pit stop already. So I don't know. The lights would have to go out next time by, and I don't really see that happening. That might not be good. I don't see the advantage of doing this. Of course, it's just a gas and go for some of these guys here. Blaine Keys is going to win the race off of pit road. But a similar thing like what happened at Dover yesterday when Stuart Gratton won. He only took gas and go. He was in the pit road right when the caution came out. He was able to get in front of the 19 of Jacob Reed to take the win. Bartow just stays out here. And if he can make it, he'll be the winner of the Stanley 400. Because I don't see us going back to green. Only unless, of course, the lights go out. Whoopsie. Ugh. That's what we were all saying when that crash happened. You know, whoopsie. That's what Eric Powers was saying. Whoopsie. And the lights are still on, and that means that Trey Bartow is going to win this race. Oh, come on. And that's the unfortunate thing about this game. Sometimes they pit when they don't need to. And Blaine Keys came in the pit when he didn't need to. And he is not going to win this race. But Trey Bartow in the number 4, after having a pretty struggling season, is going to win. Most likely here at Pocono. We'll see here. We'll just make sure they don't pit or anything. And they're not. And there it is. Trey Bartow wins here at Pocono for the Stanley 400, and he is in the chase for the Chick-fil-A Cup. A tough break for Blaine Keys. Just probably couldn't make it on fuel. I'll just say that. He couldn't make it on fuel the whole way through this caution period and had to come in. So was everyone behind him. He's on that same situation. Caleb Hoffman and Mason Powers get good finishes, but Trey Bartow wins the race here at Pocono, and he is in the chase. So there are the official standings. Only 15 guys were running at the end of this one, and after that massive crash we had that knocked out half of the field, Trey Bartow would stay out on the last round of pit stops and win the Stanley 400. And now he's finally out of fuel. But no matter, he is the winner of the race. So congratulations to Trey Bartow on winning the Stanley 400. I will see you guys later. Here are the points for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Goodbye.